here at Kingdom Bound 2013 with Robin Mark. How you doing, Robin?
I'm doing very well, Kerr. It's a lovely day, and it's nice to be here with you.
It is a lovely day, actually. Day 2 of Kingdom Bound, but you have 3 different performances during this festival. You like festivals, don't you?
I do like festivals. It's fun to come because I like to have a good time, really. And I like this one because it's in a theme park, so you can go on the rides and then listen to some great stuff, hear some great music, do some great music, hopefully, but actually get something out of the whole event as well as try and give something to the event. That's it.
I think people do get a lot out of the event, especially because we just finished up a worship morning
for
the campers. Now, you obviously are a regular at your church in Belfast. You lead worship. What is a Sunday like at your church in Belfast?
Well, it's very much like it was this morning because we started at about 9 o'clock a.m. and it took about 20 minutes for everybody to get in. Yeah. So that's like our church. Our church is just like the normal church. The pastor wishes it was different, but people are just people. But we have a great time. We're in the city of Belfast on the east side. People would call it a city church because it's right in an urban area. And our services are, like many people, good time of worship and then a good word and the fellowship that goes along with that.
And are you intentionally writing songs for the church? Is that where your heart is?
Well, that's where my inspiration is, so I think that helps, and that's what makes them suitable for the church. That's a very good question, in fact, because I think if you're part of a church and you're a worshiper and you're a lead worshiper and you're in a team and you're aware of what's going on in the church and the church's journey, then that prompts you to write the songs. And so any of my songs that have been any good, actually, any of them, the ones that I just wrote for no reason have disappeared without trace, but the ones that were written for the church and in the middle of the journey, that's for those ones have lasted. Actually.
Can you say without a trace again?
Without a trace.
I love your accent.
Yes. Well, one of my friends said grace one day, and the person thought he was saying Greece.
Greece. Oh.
Rather than he said amazing Greece. What?
Greece. Yeah.
So, Grace, I'll say it right.
You actually mentioned, this is something I wanted to ask you, because you mentioned that some songs that you just write kind of just disappear. What song that has made it on an album that maybe isn't Days of Elijah, Lion of Judah, is one of your favorites?
Right, well, my favorite is Great Love, actually, Great Love. I'll say Great Love, okay, because it's one that's on the Fly album, and it's a song that I wrote a long time ago, but I wrote it coming away from church. It was at a meeting, and I felt a little bit disheartened because the person was trying to explain our history in Ireland and how we got to where we are. And in the midst of it, someone actually shouted out, boo, or something like that, because once you start talking history and, about Ireland, there's always someone disagrees. And the speaker said, look, if you don't understand this, you'll never understand what God's doing in Ireland. And I was totally lost by this time. I was just thinking, I don't know anything. And I left the church and I thought, God, I'm never going to be able to understand this. And the song came as I drove home, word for word. And it, one of the lines in it that I quite like is where I say, when earthly wisdom dims the light of knowing you. In other words, when your head knowledge spoils it. And it says, to you I'll fly, my hiding place, where revelation is beholding face to face. Wow. And that, to me, I thought, well, I wrote that out and got home and I'd written the song, and it's always a real sense that God had spoken through that moment and said, it's not about earthly knowledge, it's about His wisdom for every situation.
Wow.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! So Fly is your most recent
Yes,
record.
It is. Well, there's a little one called John Wesley, which is on just brand new. It's an unusual little album.
Okay, so we'll have to look for that one, because I was going to ask you what was next for you, but is that it for a little bit?
Well, what we did was we recorded a concert in Belfast in February with an orchestra. And so we have all the recording of that. And our plan is, when I get back, because I'm in America for a few months, and when I get back to Belfast, we got to start trying to work it out, trying to make it work, trying to get it together. And so that should be out sometime, probably not till next year.
But
here comes the roller coaster.
Another Alive in Belfast, though, I think is going to make people very happy.
Yeah, that's what it would be, because it was done there. So we'll have to call it something like that.
Okay, one last question. It's getting a little noisy with the roller coaster, but I know you've been to Canada multiple times, Ottawa too. What can you say to our Canadian friends before I let you go?
Okay, well, it's been a while since I've seen y'all. That's a Tennessee word, y'all, because that's where we stay when we're in America for the summer. But we're hoping to get back up to Canada to do a short tour sometime either towards the end of this year or next year. And if we're in your area, come on out and join us in worship. We'll have a great time, and we'd just love to see you again. Listen, people are squealing. They're so excited about that news.
Time for some rides, Robin, I think.
Right.
From one northerner to another northerner, thank you so much, Robin Mark.
My pleasure. Thank you, Kara. Bye.